Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. So I just wanted to make a quick one really. I'm going to try and put this down somewhere. Okay, it's very, very low down. But yeah, my hair's a mess because I've washed it and it's drying. This is what happens. Anyway, so yeah, firstly I've been just feeling like crap this week because I've had like 2 flare-ups. And now it's been like, basically I have like issues with food intolerances. I believe I've got histamine intolerance. It makes so much sense. Like, I've been researching it and it makes so much sense after all these years. Like, finally, like, this is maybe why I've got all these food intolerance issues. Anyway, so it makes me feel pretty unwell, and I still got to like work and stuff. And it's made me realise that like my panic attacks only really happen when I am like when I'm having other symptoms, like a horrible like headache on one side of my head, sometimes acid reflux, brain fog, dizziness. Light sensitivity only seems to happen, and I've realised this now, that I'm only sensitive to light when I'm having all these other symptoms, so they're all connected, and that's what doctors failed to see in me. And it's been like the story of my life. It's just random things wrong with me, and let's treat the individual symptoms rather than looking at them as a whole and that they happen at the same time, and there's probably a connection there, you know. It's really, really annoying. So I get very frustrated. Anyway, I'm going to see a dietitian, so that's really, really good. I've actually was just like, I can't just live off rice all my life and soy yogurts and baby bells and bananas and a few other foods, like literally how I've been living for the past few years. And I just was like, well, I can just cope with this because at least I don't feel ill all the time. Anyway, this video is not about that. This video is about me writing a book with ADHD and how much of a struggle that is. When I get in the zone, when I'm playing like, you know, heavy metal or some other kind of fast-paced music, I tend to feel very in the zone. Like, it helps me so much to focus and concentrate on what I'm writing. You know, I remember at school they were always like, you should listen to classical music when you study, it can help you. And if you have ADHD, that is just not the case. Like, classical music does not help me to study. The only thing that helped me to study was fast-paced music, you know, that really raised my dopamine and kept my mind, like, I don't know, just helped me to focus. Anyway, I'm looking more into that because I think that's interesting. But yeah, I'm just getting so distracted by some other thoughts right now. But yeah, I've been trying to write a book, and every time I go back to write the book, I go through the whole book again from the beginning, and I start editing it because I'm not happy with it. And I just realise it has no structure to it at all. It's just very, very random, and that's probably partly to do with my ADHD and how my mind works from jumping from one thing to the next. And I can't seem to write it in a chronological order or anything like that. And so I'm wondering, do I continue just writing it the way I am? You know, just try and get another draft finished, because I did one draft and I'm on my second draft and I'm changing it quite a bit, adding feeling into it because I realised that I hadn't put much feeling into it. And yeah, it sounds a lot better this way because it's kind of like my bit more of my full experience. I just wanted to make it a bit more relatable for people. And I wanted to put stuff in the book that I haven't talked about on YouTube or online anywhere. And yeah, just talking about some of my personal experiences, and sometimes I read them back and I'm like, I don't want to include that, that's way too personal, delete. And yeah, I'm just having a big issue writing it. Like, it's going to have no structure unless I put some structure in, and I don't know what's best. I think it's best to have structure because people are going to like it more, but you know, I have ADHD and the people who are reading it probably have ADHD too, and I just want it to be like okay being that way. But then at the same time, if people are going to review my book and they're going to give me really bad reviews because there's no structure to my book, and I'm like, I really, like, if I read it back, I want there to be structure to it. I just don't know how to get that, and I've just written all this, and I don't want all this, what I've written already, to be a waste. And like, when I'm writing a particular section, my mind will jump. Like, I might be writing something about work and then my mind jumps to something that happened in college, and I start writing about that. Then I'm just like, hang on a sec, I'm just going way off topic, like way off like the order it should be. and it's a struggle. And so this is why, like, I don't know when I'm ever gonna finish it. But yeah, I just need a little rant about that, I guess, because it's really annoying and it makes it really overwhelming to the point where I just sit there like trying to write my book and I just can't do it anymore because I'm getting annoyed at myself. But you know, I know I'll get there. I know eventually I will get it done. It's just that's the real struggle for me right now. If anyone has any tips, like, feel free to share them. If you think I should write a structure out, like a layout, this is how I'm going to write it, then it might be a bit random in between still, but maybe that's the way to go about it. But I've just spent so much time already writing what I've written. I'm going to have to change it all again if I change the structure. And yeah, it's just a pain. So yeah, I think also because I'm not feeling that great right now, it's making it a lot harder, you know. And I get really annoyed when I feel ill all the time. It's frustrating. Like, I've got a headache right now and it's frustrating. I know I'm listening to music and stuff at the same time. I probably shouldn't be. But like, what else am I supposed to do? Like, watch TV, stare at a screen, like somewhere else? Like at my computer or something? Like, what else am I supposed to do? I can't go out anywhere, it's lockdown, you know, and I really want to go out, but then that can sometimes trigger like anxiety and panic when I'm out, when I'm having a flare-up. So yeah, just needed to get some of my frustrations out. So I'm sure other people have difficulties with these sort of things too. I think if it's just like a blog post and you're just writing about one thing or making a video about one thing, I can concentrate and get it done. But when it's this huge project, it just feels very overwhelming. And yeah, I think I need to break it down into smaller steps, but at the time it's still really hard to stick to that. So if anyone has any tips or suggestions, I would appreciate them. Otherwise, I hope you are doing okay, and I'll see you again soon.